Hey everyone, this is going to be a quick video to give you an idea of what the evangelism class is going to look like. I understand some of you might be hesitant, and that might be why you haven't signed up yet, but I'm just going to tell you on the front end of the video, this class is for anybody who has even a passing interest in how to start talking to other people about your faith in Jesus Christ. I know that's an intimidating topic, but this class is for you if that describes you. Now, I did talk about this 3 years ago, but I want to reassure everybody that this is not going to be a carbon copy of what I did 3 years ago. I've been working hard on the material so that there's a difference, but also has a more specific focus. When we did it 3 years ago, the focus was to introduce us to the need for evangelism, but then to also talk about how to have discussions with those who come from different backgrounds than ours, whether religiously or just life differences. Our focus this year is still going to be from Colossians 4, 5, and 6, which of course says that we ought to conduct ourselves with wisdom toward outsiders, making the most of the opportunity. Let your speech always be with grace, as though seasoned with salt, so that you will know how you should respond to each person. We're still using that as our theme text, but we're going to drill down on it a little bit more. And we're going to drill down on that in 5 particular ways so that you can feel more confident to talking to others. Number 1, we're going to be talking about that any good opportunity begins with prayer, and that we ought to be people who are praying about the potential contacts that we might have and for God to open our eyes to see the various opportunities around us. So number 1, we're going to talk about prayer in this class. Number 2, we're going to talk about how we can engage with others and talk to them about spiritual things. Sometimes we see an opportunity, but we just end up talking about the weather or sports or something else, when really the most important thing to us should be the gospel. And so we're going to talk about some tactics and some different things that we can do so that we can talk to those around us about Jesus. And we're not just trying to sell them on our church. We're trying to talk to them about who Jesus Christ is. Number 3, we're going to talk about some case studies in the Bible. And so on some of the weeks that I'm not going to be there, I'm going to ask some of the different men to do a case study on Jesus with the Samaritan woman in John chapter 4, or Paul when he's in Athens in the book of Acts. And so we'll be looking at various case studies. Number 4 in this class, we're going to be talking about what in-house evangelism looks like. And so what that means is we're going to discuss how we should approach visitors, some things we should say to them, maybe some things we should not say to them that people have said before. And we want to talk about creating an environment here in the building that is friendly to visitors. But also, with that in mind of in-house evangelism, we're going to talk about how we as a church can support evangelism that goes on outside of these walls and outside of the city. How do we best support the men that we support in evangelism? And how can we be prayerful and mindful of works in foreign places? And do we really see the gospel call to go out into all the world? And then the last thing, this is where it differs from last time I taught on evangelism. We're going to be discussing, when do we move on from somebody? After we've tried to get someone to agree to Bible study or to come to church, or we've just had endless discussions with them about some kind of Bible matter, how do we make the determination that it's time to move on? Because in my experience, that's a really hard thing to do. And so those are going to be the 5 things that we focus on in this class. We need to pray. We need to learn how to engage and talk to other people about spiritual things. We're going to look at case studies. We're going to talk about in-house evangelism, and we're also going to talk about when to move on. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea of what to expect, and I hope this encourages you to sign up so that we can equip all of us to do the work of service. Thank you all.